So lads, Aliyah Boston has just said something. She has said something. She gave an answer to a question that obviously people are going to be asked, the Fever players are going to be asked, and she did it in the best possible way.
The WNBA is once again caught in a forced controversy as DeWanna Bonner returns to Indianapolis and gets the exact reaction anyone could have expected. Instead of focusing on what's really happening, league veterans and media are busy blaming Indiana Fever fans, ignoring the bigger picture unfolding right in front of them.
What was it like having DeWanna Bonner return to Indiana? What were your thoughts on the fan reception tonight?
Honestly, that got nothing to do with me. I think DB returned because we were playing Phoenix, and so that happened to be that. The fans chose to do what they wanted to do, but for us, it's about paying attention to what we have to do here, and that was coming in and getting a big win, which we were able to.
This highlights a widening gap between fans who value accountability and a league more focused on sparing feelings than facing facts. In a time driven by social media outrage and fake drama, common sense is as hard to find as a DeWanna Bonner highlight from her short time in Indiana.
Boo people for less. I boo people for way less. Like, if somebody played for my team, my favorite team, and they left after 9 to 10 games, wasn't a good fit. I'm sure she dealt with some shit. I'd feel the type of way her coming back into my house. That's just fandom, okay? So, again, open to constructive feedback. I think that's sports, man. I'm going to be booing people all the time. I love it. Boo. I love booing.
During Wednesday night's matchup between the Indiana Fever and Phoenix Mercury, as the Fever aimed to extend their strong run, DeWanna Bonner entered the game and was met with a wave of boos. Exactly what any reasonable fan would expect after she walked out on the team mid-season.
Might lose some of you with this one, but I'm open to constructive feedback, okay? I don't think it's a big deal that DeWanna Bonner got booed. I don't. I love that Kalia Copper stuck up for her in post-game interview, right? Like, that's her teammate, that's her girl. She said what she needed to say. I boo people for less. I boo people for way less. Like, if somebody played for my team, my favorite team, and they left after 9 to 10 games, wasn't a good fit.
The reaction was both expected and well-earned. Bonner, once a high-profile free agent signing for the Fever, played just 9 games before deciding the team wasn't the right fit and asking to be released.
Expected the Indiana Fever fans to what? Give her a warm welcome back in the game bridge after sitting here and quitting on the team, not even halfway through the season. And you talking about it's distasteful, it's disrespectful the way DeWanna Bonner quit on this team. This is sports. You women's basketball players and women's basketball fans sit up here and act like everything is supposed to be peaches and cream all the time. Stadiums, arenas, everybody boos players.
What came next was classic Aliyah Boston, calm, professional, and focused. She told reporters the fan reaction had nothing to do with her and that people were free to respond however they chose.
Literally, perfect.
Honestly, that got nothing to do with me.
That got nothing to do with me, first of all. It's very different than we don't condone that. We don't like seeing that. Like, nothing about that. It was literally no negative things towards fans, which, they probably would have hoped that Aliyah Boston called out the fans. Just, they had nothing to do with me. She doesn't want to get herself involved in the wrath of the old WNBA.
Meanwhile, Mercury players acted like they were at a complaint rally, jumping at the chance to turn normal fan behavior into some grand injustice. And right on cue, things played out exactly as expected. Instead of recognizing that booing is a basic part of pro sports, Mercury star Kalia Copper labeled Fever fans distasteful just for showing their frustration.
I don't understand, she's a legend, and just all the things that she's done for the league, and just the disrespect, I can't get down with it. They booed her. She didn't say a word to the crowd. People talk some trash to her, but we had her back. But it's just very distasteful for what their fans.
If you're enjoying this, don't forget to subscribe. Now here's where things shift from just disappointing to downright frustrating. Mercury players, in all their supposed wisdom, have chosen to ignore the very real reasons fans are upset with DeWanna Bonner. Instead, they're acting like booing a player who walked out on her team is somehow out of line. Think about that, these players are more focused on defending someone who quit than on understanding why fans feel let down.
Kalia Copper. You know that she quit on the team, right? You know that she quit on the team. She quit. She's a quitter. Money that we could have used on a free agent that actually has mental fortitude, that's mentally strong, not mentally weak. We could have went out and signed them to help us actually turn this team into a winning team. Try to help us build toward the future. Instead, DeWanna Bonner and Stephanie White talked to each other in a dark room and said, yeah, I'll get you over here.
This is the same DeWanna Bonner who was brought in to provide veteran leadership and championship experience to a young Fever team. She was supposed to be the steady presence helping Caitlin Clark and the roster grow into contenders. Instead, she played 9 games, averaged just 7.1 points on a shaky 34.5% shooting, got benched, and decided she didn't like the situation. The response from the league, or more specifically, from certain players, says a lot. Fans pour their time, money, and emotion into their teams. When a veteran quits the moment things get tough, booing isn't just reasonable, it's expected. Complaining about it is like whining about getting splashed while standing next to a pool.
She signed, she played like 9 games, and then she said, I don't want to be here anymore, and I'm not going to show up until you release me. Basically quit on the team. Because she wanted to be back home with Alyssa Thomas in Phoenix. Which, I mean, totally fair, but why would you sign a contract with Indiana if you just wanted to be home? You know, that doesn't make any sense. And so she leaves, she quits on the team, and now she returns to Indiana, and she gets booed. And people are with...
Boston handled the situation with total professionalism. She recognized that fans will act how they choose, avoided any criticism, and kept her focus on the game. No dramatic statements about respect, no playing the victim, no drawn-out attempt to change the narrative, just basketball. And she backed it up by scoring 17 points in the fourth quarter to seal the win. Meanwhile, Bonner and her Mercury teammates have turned the moment into a personal crusade, delivering lectures about respect and criticizing fans for their reactions. But the ones truly let down here are the Indiana Fever fans, people who invested their time, money, and support into a player they believed would make a difference, only to see her walk away when things got tough.
Fans can do what they want to do. The fan chose to do what they want to do. That was simple as that. Nice and easy. Simple as that. Let's not say a negative thing that the fans did what the fans did. She made her bed, she can lay in it, basically. That ain't nothing to do with me. Yeah. Love this response. Great response, great answer.
The most frustrating part of all this is how Fever fans are being gaslit for expressing completely valid disappointment. We're now acting like booing, a basic, time-honored way for fans to show frustration in professional sports, is somehow wrong when aimed at a player who literally quit mid-season. This isn't Youth League Participation Day, it's pro sports. When LeBron returned to Cleveland after the decision, he got booed relentlessly, and no one acted like it was inappropriate. When players demand trades or leave under messy circumstances, fans getting upset isn't just normal, it's part of the emotional deal between athletes and the people who support them. What makes this situation even more absurd is the contrast in performance. The player some people think should be apologizing, Aliyah Boston, was too busy dominating, dropping 22 points and 12 rebounds, including that massive 17-point fourth quarter that sealed the win. One player walked away when things got tough. The other stepped up and delivered when it mattered most.
Hilarious that in the first game that Phoenix plays Indiana, after signing Ari and DeWanna Bonner leaving, Ari has a season high of 27 points, and DeWanna Bonner only scored 4 points for the Phoenix Mercury last night. And let me be clear, yes, DeWanna Bonner is a legend. Yes, she is a WNBA great. Yes, she's accomplished great things for the league. However, if you leave a team after 9 games in the way that she left, when you come back and play that team, of course their fans are going to boo you. That's like...
The bigger picture matters here. This is the same Indiana Fever fan base that's been unfairly targeted all season, accused of bad behavior that turned out to be baseless, and criticized simply for being too passionate. These are fans who stuck with the team through rebuilds, celebrated the arrival of a generational talent like Caitlin Clark, and placed real hope in players like Bonner to help turn things around. when that kind of emotional investment is met with a player walking away, booing isn't just expected, it's justified. If you return to a former team after leaving on your own terms, especially under disappointing circumstances, fans aren't going to welcome you with cheers. And that's exactly what happened. It's rare, but refreshing, to see someone in professional sports acknowledge that fan emotion is real and valid, not something that happens in a vacuum.
Yeah, I think just in sports, it's kind of what you have to anticipate, right? Yeah, I thought she handled it fine. That's kind of how sports works. You go into a former home of yours, and typically, if you don't leave on your terms, the fans aren't going to be happy. And that's what they.
What stands out most about Aliyah Boston's response is what she didn't do. She didn't blame the fans. She didn't apologize for their completely fair reaction. She didn't jump into performative talk about respect or legends. Instead, she did what true professionals do, kept her focus on the game, delivered a dominant performance, and let her actions speak louder than any statement. That's real leadership, standing by your supporters while staying locked in on what matters. Now contrast that with the Mercury's reaction. Their players seemed more interested in policing fan behavior than understanding where the frustration came from. Aliyah Copper calling Bonner the sweetest soul and saying it just didn't work out completely misses the point. This isn't about personality, it's about professionalism. Sports are built on commitment, resilience, and honoring your responsibilities. Bonner came up short on all three, and fans have every right to be disappointed.
To Indiana Fever Land, it's their time. You hear me? We booing all type of stuff. We ain't trying to hear all of that. Y'all crying about booing, but y'all used to playing in front of 10 fans. At the end of the day, man, head up, chest out. I can't believe y'all crying and whining and still trying to say these dumb allegations, bruh. And then you taking shots at my precious CC? Man, what she do to you? She ain't even played.
The irony is hard to miss. While Mercury players defend Bonner's legacy and past achievements, they're also undercutting the very values that made those accomplishments meaningful. Championships and all-star honors matter because they reflect long-term dedication and toughness. Quitting after 9 games because things didn't feel right sends a different message, that personal comfort outweighs the effort it takes to reach greatness. That's not how champions act. That's how you lose sight of what made you great to begin with. Meanwhile, Aliyah Boston is living proof of what Bonner was supposed to bring to Indiana. She's the steady presence, the go-to performer in big moments, and the kind of leader who steps up instead of making excuses. Her decision not to criticize fans for booing someone who left the team says everything about her character. It's that kind of mindset, and loyalty, that real championship teams are built around.
They're distasteful for booing. The Indiana fans are distasteful for booing a basketball player on the opposing team. This is insanity. Y'all cannot handle fans. Y'all don't want fans, so do not ask for more money. Stop asking for more money. Y'all don't want fans in the arena. The Boston Celtics boo the other players all the time. Oh my God.
The bottom line is clear. Indiana Fever fans have nothing to apologize for. They believed in a player who didn't believe in them. They stood by someone who didn't stick around when the team needed her most. Booing DeWanna Bonner isn't disrespectful, it's a completely fair reaction from fans who know that commitment matters in professional sports. And when that commitment is broken, there are consequences. Aliyah Boston's decision not to criticize the fans wasn't just smart, it was a sign of real awareness. She gets that the people in the stands are the ones who make this all possible. They buy the tickets, the jerseys, tune into every game, and pour their emotions into a team that has no direct impact on their own lives. When a player takes that loyalty for granted and walks away, fans have every right to voice their frustration. Boston's respect for that dynamic is exactly why she's the kind of leader this franchise can build around. Meanwhile, Bonner's short time in Indiana will be remembered not as a missed opportunity, but as a reminder of what happens when a player forgets what true commitment looks like.